announced that the Uganda Investment Authority will create a special position to represent diaspora interests directly, ensuring they have a stronger voice in national development.
To go back to Rwakitura village, and we look at our membership, village by village. Then we audited our membership, and then we were able to know how many members we have in each of the 72,000 villages of Uganda. That's how we ended up with a membership of 20 million, including the ones who are between 16 and 18, but the ones above 18 were 18.5 million. And we have them name by name. So what I suggest is that we postpone this issue of the committee. And instead, led by Paula, which we register country by country. The names of the members. Then we shall have, of course, there you can't form branches easily. I don't know how you do, because the people are scattered. It's not like here, where we are in villages. Because there, I'm sure people are scattered, but at least we shall know the total membership there, country by country. So those elected leaders will be the ones to send us people here. Let's do it properly, because it's a good chance that we are now all here.
On the issue of the subject matter, is that I have with me what we had discussed as draft guidelines by Electoral Commission, because the mandate of election in the party is done by the Electoral Commission. So the thinking then was just like you are saying, modes of voting. But the diaspora is a creature of the Constitution. It is a birth of the Constitution of the party, Article 25. It provides that where there are 20 Ugandans or more in a country and they wish to associate as NRM, they will form what is called NRM branch.
Now, the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has met with Ugandans living in the diaspora who shared with her the challenges that they face in the different countries. The Speaker Among assured them that Parliament will work with the relevant government agencies to provide quick interventions.
We are treated as orphans in the diaspora. When we have issues, most of these countries you see here, we are saying some of them are treated differently from others. We only know that the legislation supports only communities in North America. They're $100,000.
Not so much support from the embassies or the consulates in the countries where we are residing for the people doing businesses. There are some products that are banned in those countries, Ugandan products, that banned based on record that there was an infestation probably 20 years ago.
Some Ugandans in the diaspora, to mention in Thailand, they get consular services from Nairobi. Can you imagine?
In terms of the distressed Ugandans that are out there, we made it a point that we budget for that kind of activity, because we found out most of the people who would go out to do work would have problems and challenges, and issues would be raised in the house on how people are dying in Oman, how girls are suffering and that kind of thing. We gave money and we budgeted for that money under the Minister of Gender. We did it as Parliament. Make sure that we try our best to ensure that we have that resolved.
Now, legislators have called on government to urgently intervene in addressing the destruction caused by heavy rains in the eastern region. They note that the road networks and gardens have been severely damaged, leaving many communities struggling. Now, the Speaker of Parliament, Annette Among, has tasked the Ministry of Disaster Preparedness to urgently assess the situation and recommend immediate solutions. We have the details.
On 20th of September 2023, a few days afterwards, I reported here about the ravaging by rains the infrastructure in Bueju, particularly so the road between Katerera and Revenge and Echirind Bridge. Right up to now, right on the Speaker, government has never come to the assistance of those people, and that road has been blocked ever since. So
the bridge that connects Manafa na Misindo and Kenya to Bududa Hospital, as you know, it is in ruins, and with the pounding heavy downpours, the situation has been actually made worse. And soon, because we have seen the tributary of River Manapa, which is called the River Tutu, has burst its banks, soon that bridge will be carried away.
Transport infrastructure and other livelihoods have become severely affected. I am told people in Blambul even don't have food. The little bridge that connects Abim and Obalanga in Kapelpiong has been washed away, while the Moroto Bridge remains at risk. Gardens have been submerged. I was told by Honorable Amero that even her little coffee has been swept off. I want to urge the Minister of Disaster Preparedness and Refugee to evaluate the situation and take appropriate action to see how we can remedy what is happening.
But the rains have not only affected the region you've talked about, but also in Mityana. Specifically, in my division in the municipality of Simbi, it has been affected so much that I also urge the government to step up so that they give relief, and also very many homesteads were destroyed by the strong rains that happened last month.
Now, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda is hosting its 30th annual seminar at the Imperial Resort Beach Hotel in Entebbe under the theme Positioning Professionals for Sustainable Impact. Now, the three-day event, the largest gathering of accountants and professionals in Uganda, has attracted more than 2,000 participants. Now, the Speaker of Parliament officially opened the conference, which is aimed at empowering accountants with knowledge and leadership skills to contribute to national development.
The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda's annual seminar provides a platform for knowledge sharing, networking and continuous professional development as experts discuss the evolving role of professionals in driving sustainable growth. The president of ICPAU, Timothy Enyamu, noted that this landmark event reflects a 30-year journey in which accountants have contributed to economic transformation and sustainable impact in Uganda and beyond. The Speaker of Parliament, Annette Among, was represented at the seminar by Napakuman Member of Parliament, Faith Nakut.
Our President has a vision and he has communicated it. But he is not going to get everything done by himself. There have to be people who will help us answer that question. Even if we have a budget, even if we have the capacity to borrow resources, where do we put in practical terms? That is a gap that we can fill.
Over the 3 days, the 30th ICPAU annual seminar brings together the country's leading accountants and professionals to exchange ideas, gain insights and explore innovations shaping Uganda's economic future.
Participants gather to learn knowledge on relevant specific topics, discuss and share ideas, ask the questions as has been done to Kathy in pursuit. Expert presenters or discussion panelists question in pursuit of enhancing personal growth and professional development.
Accountancy has since moved from being counting to being leaders. So these events are very good because we get to network, we get to exchange ideas, and we get to learn.
The ICPAU annual seminar remains a key platform for professional growth, knowledge exchange and positioning Uganda's accountants and professionals for lasting impact.
We expect you to see the challenge, give us a solution and the impact, CSI. We also expect an accountant who sits before us in the boardroom to have what we call 1+2. 1+2 means be calm, I want 2 more digital skills.
Workshops, keynote sessions and networking opportunities are equipping participants with skills to drive positive change in their sectors and communities.
Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has reiterated government's commitment to prioritizing equity and access to basic social determinants of health. While officiating at the second Uganda National Conference on Health, Human Rights and Development, Nabanja emphasized the need for multi-sectoral collaboration to address persistent health inequalities.
The conference, organized under the theme, The Right to Health, Bridging Gaps Across Other Sectors to Achieve Equitable Health for All, discussed housing, income, governance and access to health care as key determinants.
DG3 on good health and well-being, human rights and sustainable development goals. Also, there was a commitment to strengthen collaboration across all sectors in advancing the right to health. There was a commitment to advocate for health in all policies, strategies and programs, and to effectively integrate the health needs of the marginalized and vulnerable communities, including the youth and persons with disabilities.
Nabanja acknowledged Uganda's growing burden of non-communicable diseases and underscored the need for stronger partnerships with development actors.
The country still faces a double burden of communicable and non-communicable diseases, with hypertension affecting over a quarter of adults and 35% new cancer cases were registered in the year 2022.
Experts, including Professor Bentwin Omujisha, recommended stronger policy frameworks to ensure equitable distribution of resources and quality health care.
The government may only be obliged to provide relevant health information and education on these products and their link to non-communicable diseases, but the responsibility to ensure your life is on you. Your health is on you.
The Ministry of Health, represented by State Minister Margaret Muhanga and Director General Dr. Charles Olaro, pledged to align priorities with the National Development Plan 4 and commended partners for supporting universal health coverage.
As Ministry of Health, our intention is to have everybody access a health facility within 5 kilometers. Which we are at 90%.
Sehad urged government to demonstrate political will to protect communities' fundamental rights, including the right to life, education, health, and safety.
It's a commitment to promote innovative approaches that aim to facilitate equitable access to healthcare services, including social and technological advancements and self-care.
UBC News Tonight. Now, the British government has given a grant of £4 million, approximately 19 billion shillings, to Uganda to finance the fight against malnutrition among the refugee community in Uganda. The British High Commissioner to Uganda, Lisa Chelsney, announced the grant during a meeting with Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, at her office in Kampala. And we have the details.
The British government has given a grant of £4 million, approximately 19 billion shillings, to Uganda to finance the fight against malnutrition among the refugee community in Uganda. The grant will be channeled through UNICEF, a non-government organization responsible for the welfare and health of children. However, the Prime Minister wants donors to provide funding directly to the targeted groups of people in order to realize its impact.
We'll definitely keep that the biggest part. Is we hear the pressure you're under, and that's why I'm very pleased to say that we are releasing $4 million to UNICEF, which is together with the Ministry of Health, and we'll mention that to the Ministry of Health when they're represented. But we've heard you how nutrition is a big challenge. You know how actually food, particularly for children, is a big challenge. So we wanted to let you know personally that we will release a $4 million.
Not want this money. Support these local people. It will boost the economy within that area. Give them the money. They will buy posho and beans.
It's a self-reliance point as well, isn't it?
You get what I mean? Now, this money, the $4 million you are giving UNICEF, if you supported these communities directly, I don't know whether you look at this. This money is more than enough. It is.
Prime Minister, if
I wish you would look for a way, come up with a policy.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister held an engagement with Japanese investors, AC Planta, who are interested in manufacturing fertilizers that can help farmers, especially in drought-stricken areas. The biostimulant called Skipon, according to the Ministry of Agriculture, has been tested and proved to be effective on most of the crops in Uganda, especially coffee and vegetables.
No farmers will use their resources to acquire or buy these products. I know government will definitely give an offtake. We can make an offtake agreement. And lastly, I am looking at technological transfer. I'm looking at us having a factory within the country. I don't think we need to import. Like you said the other time, we must, because now I want you to look at Africa. We already have the Africa.
The Prime Minister also held discussions with the Trade and Investment Bank, who expressed interest in financing infrastructure projects in Uganda. They informed the Prime Minister that their bank is ready to finance projects in Uganda worth $500 million, and that discussions with the Ministry of Finance are ongoing. Bosia.
UBC News Tonight. Now in more news this evening, nominations for candidates in the local government council elections have officially kicked off this Wednesday across the country. Now, according to the Electoral Commission spokesperson, Julius Muchunguzi, the exercise is proceeding peacefully nationwide. Now, the nomination exercise, which begins today, will run for the next 3 weeks until the 24th of September.
Politicians flocked to the suburb in Kampala on day one, where aspiring candidates for Lord Mayor and Lord Councillors in Kampala are being nominated ahead of the 2026 general elections. The Kampala Regional Elections Officer revealed that about 50 candidates from various political parties were expected to be nominated on the first day.
Today we are looking at a total number of 50. We feel we can handle 50. Then those who will remain, we shall remain with their papers so that we go through the verification Then tomorrow, they just come and they get nominated.
Candidates have been strictly cautioned to follow the set rules and guidelines as they proceed to nomination centers across the country.
Aspiring candidates, they feel they want to enter with their supporters. And honestly, we cannot accommodate so many people at the same time. That's why we are insisting, kindly come with your proposer, come with your seconder and your official agent. They're the only ones we are allowing in. So for them, they feel they are getting frustrated.
By close of day one, EC spokesperson Julius Muchunguzi confirmed that no incidents had been reported.
A platform at the Electoral Commission Command Center where we are receiving reports from across the country, and the reports we are receiving as of 1 p.m. today on the first day of the 3rd of September is that the exercise has generally started off very well from 9 a.m. and people are coming, they are organized, and that there's no incident to talk about as of now. And we hope that this peaceful nature within which this exercise started will characterize the entire exercise up to the end of these nominations, up to the nominations of the president, which is on 23rd and 24th of September.
Some candidates, however, raised concerns about delays caused by long queues. Others commended the Electoral Commission for ensuring a smooth process.
All the people with whom we competed for the ticket in the national inter-platform, none as of now has vowed to come independent.
I'm happy to see that today I'm nominated to represent those people. We all are aware that Julius Katongole has been a freedom fighter for the last 6 years.
As the National Unity Platform flag bearer, today we are here for nominations and we are looking forward to a very good process where we shall not be disturbed in any way. And as I contest for this particular position, I'm looking forward to serve the people of Kawempe.
The nominations for local government councils will run for 3 weeks, while presidential nominations are scheduled for 23rd and 24th September, with parliamentary nominations are set for October. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Thank you, Philip Aguta. Now, the Electoral Commission has denied claims by the Uganda People's Congress, UPC, that some party members were missing from the voters' register. Now, this follows allegations by UPC President Jimmy Akena, who said Betty Amongi, aspiring for the Lira City Woman MP, was not on the register. Akena also said he faced the same issue while checking online ahead of nominations. The Electoral Commission Deputy Spokesperson Paul Bukenya has clarified and downplayed the allegations.
The Electoral Commission has denied claims by the Uganda People's Congress, UPC, that some party members were missing from the voters' register. UPC President Jimmy Akena had earlier accused the Electoral Commission of removing names of some party members from the voters' register, specifically mentioning himself and his wife Betty Amongi, an aspirant for Lira City Woman MP.
We found that Honorable Betty's name is not on the current register for Lira City. If that was not troubling enough, we went further to cross-check, and equally, my name is not on the register. This is the online voter locator system.
Both tried to verify their details online ahead of EC nominations, but were unsuccessful.
But I'm also urging all UPC members and others who may be concerned, who intend to contest for the 2026 election, to cross-check.
EC Deputy Spokesperson Paul Bukenya downplayed the claims, acknowledging minor online system challenges, but expressing confidence in the process.
That's not true, and certainly these members are on the register. What we want to encourage, and what this reminds us, that voters should always check for their particulars when we conduct update, when we conduct the display, and even thereafter in preparations for elections. But we've not removed anyone from the register, and certainly not these ones. They are not off our register, they are on the register.
Recently, Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, Betty Amongi, declared her intention to contest for the leader seat woman MP seat on the UPC ticket, challenging Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, the current MP.
But this is true information. It is from the Electoral Commission here. So if for some reason you check and you are not able to find your particulars, and perhaps because also the register has been going through finalization processes, especially the electronic one, where you upload and you keep checking and you don't see that particular detail. It doesn't mean when an error is returned that you are not a registered voter, especially when you registered and you saw your particulars during the display.
Betty Amongi's shift from Oyam South to Leader City has intensified political competition as both ministers now contest the same position.
And make no mistake, I am going to win.
Daniel Mugoya, Tanaba Kenneth, UBC News.
Now, the nomination exercise for district councillors in Busia has commenced smoothly, though briefly disrupted by a network breakdown that sparked disputes among candidates. Some aspirants, especially the LC5 seat, described the process as bureaucratic, citing the requirement to gather 50 signatures per sub-county, totaling to 1,000 signatures, as burdensome. Others commended the exercise despite the challenges.
How? 3 days, 3 computers, 1 person.
The nomination exercise for district councillors in Busia has commenced smoothly, though briefly disrupted by a network breakdown that sparked disputes among candidates. Some aspirants, especially the LC5 seat, described the process as bureaucratic, citing the requirement to gather 50 signatures per sub-county, totaling to 1,000 signatures, as burdensome.
To be safe, you must get 100 signatures or 200 signatures or 80 signatures from each sub-county. It is very hectic because the district has 20 sub-county. You have to visit all of them.
A candidate, full candidate. So I'm confirming to my voters that I'm already nominated.
District Returning Officer Joan Aduru confirmed that the process picked up after network challenges were resolved, with about a quarter of district council candidates successfully nominated on the first day.
Rombi Regina, you are hereby duly nominated to contest as a district councillor representing workers in Busia district. District councillors and also for PWDs, the male and the female, we have nominated 1-1. It's only the chairpersons who have not yet been nominated because they took long to bring their supporters, and each one of them has like 800 supporters to be verified. So they haven't brought, they are still verified. We haven't yet nominated an LC5 chairperson.
Africa needs to encounter and undergo political revival as a remedy for politically induced violence, especially during and after elections. Now, these were the remarks of a renowned professor of law, PLO Lumumba, who gave a keynote address at the Confidence Building Conference organized by the Women's Situation Room, WSR, to generate ideas of promoting peace throughout the 2026 general election season.
The Women's Situation Room, a platform that brings together women leaders and peace builders to monitor elections and respond to incidents that could lead to violence, has started building consensus on how best the country can witness violent-free elections come 2026.
Somebody believes that Uganda is damaged, is falling apart, or else they would not have written this topic the way they wrote it. We need to rebuild.
A renowned professor of law, PLO Lumumba, gave a keynote address during a confidence building conference held at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala.
Do you know that many African countries don't even print their ballots? We must start with that. If we don't print our ballot papers in Germany, we are printing them in Greece. We don't even trust ourselves to print a paper, which when we throw in the ballot and it's counted, it is useless. It has more security features than our currency.
Professor Lumumba first castigated African leaders for converting politics into a do-or-die venture characterized by cutthroat competitions.
That elections have led to the cutting of throats, not only in this country, but in almost every African country.
In his view, the magic bullet lies in what he termed a political revival of the African continent.
We need a revival so that we can have a political tukutenderesa. Political tukutenderesa is what is going to liberate Uganda. East African revival. So until the day that we have our own political tukutenderesa, we are going nowhere.
To discuss Professor Lumumba's keynote address was Dr. Deus Kamunyu, a lecturer at Makerere University.
You work in very powerful offices in the law, whether it's church, whether it's private. Who is corrupt? How come corruption is a problem?
The meeting attracted who is who in the political sphere: leaders of security organs, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and opinion leaders, among others.
Our motto for the Women's Situation Room is, peace is in our hands. Peace is in the hands of every single Ugandan. If every Ugandan decided not to use their hands for violence, we would have peace.
We are going to partner with them because they have a good package of sensitizing the youth not to be involved in violence. So we shall tap into their sensitization and how they are going to engage the youth to make sure there is no violence in this election.
The Women's Situation Room has over the years been recognized by the UN Security Council as a best practice for promoting women's participation in peace building.
It brings green, yellow, all the colors of the political parties here.
Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
So I would like to give it
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Vibe. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Revered as the patrons of the wild, my horn stood tall, announcing my presence among Africa's Big Five. Yet, with all my strength, I struggled to survive. Then Uganda Wildlife Authority gave us something, a safe home at the Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary. And here we begin to thrive again. Today, we are 48 members strong, with 17 cows, ready to take our unique story into the future. This is your lifetime opportunity to name a rhino, and with it, find the conservation efforts that keep our story alive. For more information, visit our website, www.ugandawildlifeauthority.org.
Welcome back from that break. We're glad you're still with us here in UBC News Tonight. Now, in more stories this evening, Kampala Capital City Authority has launched its first state-of-the-art Kampala Traffic Control Center aimed at easing congestion and improving road safety across the city. The project, funded by government with support from Japan through the Japan International Cooperation Agency, also included upgrading to 27 signalized junctions across the capital.
This is the long-awaited for Kampala Traffic Control Center, originally set to begin in 2020. After 30 months of implementation, the center is now fully equipped with real-time monitoring systems capable of detecting congestion and collecting live traffic data.
The operators in this room can detect congestion, incidents, equipment faults instantly and deploy corrective measures.
The project cost approximately Ugandan shillings 47 billion and controls over 30 junctions, marking a new era for traffic management in the city.
We do not stop here. It's just the beginning. Why? JICA and World Bank and other donors have a plan for the greater Kampala master plan.
The facility will not only serve KCCA, but the other sister agencies like police, traffic police, as well as others who would like to do research.
Lord Mayor Arias Lukwago expressed optimism that the system would help reduce travel times, currently averaging 4 minutes per kilometer, while curbing accidents and improving road discipline.
From this control center, traffic control center, would like to focus our attention on those death traps, those black spots, especially those junctions adjoining the northern bypass. We would like to get statistics regularly on how we are performing in those corridors and the interventions that we need to make to address those crashes. It is so painful.
Minister of State for Kampala, Kabuye Fatogabye, said the initiative aligns with broader government efforts to enforce traffic regulations and ensure road safety.
Now I saw when we were there, people started getting worried. The system is here.
This center is expected to reduce congestion and easing the work of traffic officers in the city. Cayenne, Faith, Komagum, Rogers, for UBC.
The Princess of Toro Kingdom, Ruth Komuntale, has been unveiled by the Uganda Tourism Board as Uganda's new tourism ambassador to the United States, pledging to promote the country's destinations abroad. This announcement came during the launch of the 30th Impango coronation anniversary of King Oyo Rukidi IV, held at his residence in Buziga.
The Princess of Toro Kingdom, Ruth Komuntale, has been unveiled by the Uganda Tourism Board as Uganda's new tourism ambassador to the United States.
As we witness the signing of this strategic partnership between Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Toro, and Uganda Tourism Board.
This was during the launch of the 30th Impango coronation anniversary of King Oyo Rukidi IV of Toro Kingdom, held at his residence in Buziga.
His Majesty's leadership has been truly remarkable. I thank the Almighty God for his favor and blessing upon the royal family and all people of Toro.
The main coronation ceremony will take place on 12th September at Karuzika Royal Palace in Fort Portal Tourism City, preceded by the Ichoo Toha Mpango Culture Festival from 10th to 13th September.
Celebrating 30 years is a lot of pride, but celebrating it with the royal princess, that is an icing on the cake.
So we will be going with banks to do financial literacy, we'll be talking with environmental protection, River Mpanga, etc. Quite a few, a menu of things that we're going to be looking at.
Princess Komuntade praised King Oyo's leadership in uniting the people of Toro and commended his environmental conservation efforts.
Looking ahead, Toro has exciting milestones such as the Mpango celebrations, and we would be honored to work with UTB to position these events as experiences that attract visitors to our kingdom. I see great potential in building experiences that attract visitors to our kingdom. I see great potential in building cultural tourism packages that highlight not just the events, but also our landscapes, our cuisine, our music, and our traditions.
Uganda Tourism Board CEO Juliana Kagwa officiated the unveiling of the princess as ambassador, noting the importance of cultural partnerships in boosting tourism.
Uganda is also about culture, heritage, and provenance, and welcoming the princess home after so many years, I think for me is a testament to that. So we're looking forward to our partnership, Princess. Thank you for agreeing to get on this journey with us.
According to Toro Kingdom's Deputy Prime Minister, the anniversary will be marked under the theme that Toro we want, featuring activities that highlight the region's heritage. King Oyo and the Kingdom leadership expressed gratitude to the government of Uganda for its continued support in promoting cultural tourism and regional development.
Now, Mulago National Referral Hospital has raised alarm over severe staffing shortages and funding gaps that continue to cripple service delivery. Executive Director Dr. Byanyima K. Rosemary told the Health Service Commission that the hospital has only 1,327 staff out of 2,344 approved positions, leaving over 1,000 vacancies unfilled.
The Executive Director Mulago Hospital, Dr. Byanyima Rosemary, noted that key departments including consultants, nurses, pharmacy and support services are operating at less than half capacity.
Areas neonatology, gastroenterology, endocrinology, neurology, rheumatology, adolescent health, where we do not have staff recruited under Mulago National Referral Hospital. We have the structure, we don't have wage. That's why we haven't recruited.
To address the crisis, Mulago has developed a 2025-2026 recruitment plan to hire 170 staff in priority areas.
Nuclear medicine stands out. We have one senior radiographer who is senior imaging technologist who has specialized in nuclear medicine and is running the units. But we need to recruit more people. And I know earlier we had submitted for recruitment of a consultant, and we want to make a resubmission because that unit currently is the only nuclear medicine unit in the country. Until Cancer Institute finishes to construct, they are still digging the foundation. So we need these services up and running.
The hospital's isolation center remains non-operational due to inadequate wage allocations, while recruitment is slowed by delays in appointment approvals.
What we are trying is to form an operational isolation unit which can encompass all outbreaks. Like you have a team which comprises of an infectious disease specialist and other emergency physicians and other public health specialists and ICU people, so that it can really help in this outbreak. And it's on a stand-on. We want to create a group of like 30 We've had some people have had some small trainings, I think from Korea.
Despite the challenges, Mulago continues to serve as Uganda's main referral and teaching hospital, providing specialized care and training thousands of students.
Take, for example, we went to ICU, intensive care unit, where they are supposed to take most of the patients that have come from theater or emergencies. They have 27 very well equipped ICU beds, but only 12 are working because of staffing. The other 15 are not working because of staffing, but they are okay.
The Health Service Commission, during its quarterly inspection, toured hospital units and reviewed available technologies, noting persistent human resource gaps in the health sector.
Problem here is mainly wage, because as the Health Service Commission, we are ready to recruit people, but the hospitals do not have adequate wage to be able to advertise positions and pay the new staff that we would recruit for them. So our hands are a bit tied, and they would really call upon the government to consider increasing wage, not only of Mulago Hospital, because I have an experience, even the regional referral hospitals cannot recruit more people due to shortage of wage.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Government has invested 2.8 billion shillings in the establishment and operationalization of the Kampala Regional Service Uganda Centre. The one-stop centre, to be housed at Posta Uganda building, will integrate government services under one roof with the aim of improving service delivery to citizens. Now, according to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Service, Catherine Bitarakwate Musingwire, the initiative seeks to bring services closer to the people and enhance efficiency.
Is intended. Government, through the Ministry of Public Service, is to establish the Kampala Service Uganda Centre at the Posta Uganda building, integrating various government services. The centre is intended to improve service delivery and satisfaction among citizens.
It comprises of integration of e-government using internet, such that these services that otherwise are scattered in different institutions can be accessed from one point. For example, land registration, collection of a passport.
The Kampala Centre, which will bring services under one roof, is expected to be operational in June 2026.
It becomes more cost effective when when a client comes to one particular centre and can access a multiplicity of services. We are looking at Kampala now because Kampala's population, as you're aware, is very big.
And when we give them this public value, it actually promotes the trust and legitimacy of government, because that's the covenant we have with the people of Uganda as public officers, that we hold our public officers in trust of the citizens, and this is translated into the services that we give them.
The 2.8 billion shillings required for its establishment was allocated in the 2025-2026 financial year budget.
The budget is 2.8 billion. This includes remodeling, it includes furniture, it includes generators, it includes internet connectivity, it includes the computers that are going to work on this.
For us as an entity, we have realized that the services have been simplified, and also there is accessibility to those particular services that we are talking about, like the business registrations, like the tax payment and others. There is a widened revenue base that has been achieved. The productivity of the workforce of those entities has also.
The ministry also plans to establish new service Uganda centers in Moroto and Kotido districts. So far, government has constructed more than 19 service Uganda centers in Hoima, Kasese Municipality, Entebbe Municipality, Jinja City, Mbarara, Mbale City, among other districts. Irene Faith Nantongo, Annette Sana, UBC News.
the name of business.
Sent to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the 1st floor.
Chigenda kutokotanga sichesanikire. Don't miss Boda Boda Union Festival and Expo as we celebrate Boda Boda's contribution to Uganda's economy and the President's birthday. His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who will be our chief guest. Come enjoy your favorite artists, music and dance competitions, DJ competitions, Boda Boda races, Ludo, boxing tournaments, and so much more. At the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, get your ticket from your MP, Councillor, LC5 or LC3 chairperson. Fedna Tumeyo! Union, the better way.
Welcome back from that break, and now into business. Uganda's animal feeds manufacturing sector is grappling with a persistent shortage of key raw materials such as cotton, sunflower and soya beans. Now this challenge threatens the sustainability of a newly launched fish feeds factory in Buikwe district and the first of its kind in Uganda, which has pledged to rely on locally sourced inputs.
The launch of the D-Hughes Fish Feeds Factory in Buikwe district has been welcomed by stakeholders in Uganda's animal feeds manufacturing sector, with Uganda spending over $120 million annually on imported fish feeds. The factory represents a major step toward import substitution, says Emebo Mbarashimana, the chairman of the Uganda Animal Feeds Manufacturers Association.
So having the Hughes joining this vehicle, as our president calls our movement, the bus, we're all in the bus and we're playing in the ATM of helping our country to develop. So we do welcome the Hughes in the initiative, because at the same time here we're tackling import substitution.
Uganda's dependency on imported fish feeds has long constrained the country's fishing sector, which is now gradually shifting from capture fishing to aquaculture.
Challenge we have been having in the ministry and the sector of fisheries is the issue of fish feed.
The Dutch farm's investment in the fish feeds factory is expected to stabilize supply and reduce costs.
The factory is to create at least 10,000 jobs in fish farms, beside fish farms, but also farms that produce raw materials, and those at the distribution level. As Bon and others have stated, this company will buy about 80,000 to 100,000 tons of raw materials such as soya, maize, cassava, sunflower meal and sorghum.
However, sector players under UGAFMA are calling for urgent government intervention to address long-standing bottlenecks in the animal feed sector, particularly low production of raw materials and the high cost of credit, which they say gives foreign investors an unfair advantage.
We request Your Excellency to look into. You are a visionary teacher, you are our grandfather because we are Huzukulu, we call you Jaja. Our industry needs to make sure that the raw materials are supplied in large quantity, that our raw materials are of quality. And how is this to be done? We need to revamp Kasese, cotton in Kasese in Bale. We need to revamp in Teso, our soya plantation and cotton plantation, the Rila and Guru for our sunflower. Even in Kaware and Barara also, sunflower can also be planted there. Because without these key raw materials, we as a nation cannot be able to fight against import substitution.
Despite their vast potential, many developing countries such as Uganda are not harnessing it. What often lacks is targeted policies, technology transfer, capacity building and responsible investment to boost sustainable aquaculture where it's most needed. Dennis Igoa for UBC.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Welcome back, and now into sports. With just 4 months to the Confederation of African Football's inspection of venues for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, Hoima City Stadium is racing ahead of schedule. The 20,000-seater facility, being built by Turkish firm Suma, is now in its final stages, with exterior works nearly complete and interior fittings progressing steadily. Complementing the main stadium are a 2,000-seater mini arena, a semi-Olympic swimming pool, an outdoor pitch, a running track, plus basketball and volleyball courts, all nearing completion. Originally expected to be ready by February 2026, the project that began in September 2024 is now more than 4 months ahead of schedule. Upon completion, the stadium will feature 4 dressing rooms, 12 sky boxes, a presidential suite, a 50-seater press conference room, 10 concession units, and 839 parking slots on its 16.8 hectare site. Hoima City Stadium is among Uganda's earmarked venues for AFCON 2027. The KAVC volleyball tournament is back in Kampala, attracting clubs from across East Africa for top honors in both male and female categories. We have the details.
In partnership with NSSF, the KAVC volleyball tournament returns for its 27th edition from the 11th to the 14th September at Lugogo.
We are very pleased this time around that we are giving a contribution of 120 million towards the tournament, and part of this contribution is going towards prize money. We want to award the best teams so that we promote the spirit of competitiveness, which then will speak directly into our goal of nurturing local talent in Uganda.
In 2024, Rwanda's teams dominated, with Rwanda Energy Group and Rwanda Revenue Authority claiming the men's and women's titles respectively.
Our challenge to the Ugandan teams is please make us shine. We believe in you, and we are confident that this time around you're going to take the top prizes, both in the men and women's competition.
Yeah, we've prepared ourselves. We are very ready. What the coaches are giving us is extraordinary from what we've been having.
Ugandan teams will be aiming to end Rwanda's two-year dominance. Marsha Miro Victor, UBC News.
And with that, UBC News Tonight has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto, and my colleague Yusuf Senyamon Sign Language. We do bid you farewell and good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.